This is a wide-angle lens, and here we have a long-range lens.
Getting basic and specialized training in photography is also quite necessary to have a good career as a photographer.
We do photography training. We have two major trainings. We train general photography and portrait photography. We have people that are really working and they are planning to retire. We have those that are looking, they're just about to start. Maybe some are graduates and they're looking for a job, or some are graduates and they don't have a job to do. So they want to go vocational way. This wide-angle lens is called 2470 mm. This is 70-200 mm. This one is a long-range lens and it's for a long-range shoot. This is a wide-angle lens, and for close shoots. Those people that want to engage in general photography, we have a session for them. It lasts for 2 weeks, and we take them through, all through the aspect of photography, from understanding the different aspects of photography, to understanding the camera, to understanding the lens they want to use, to the style of photography, to poses, to lighting, to lens. We take them through everything. Then when it comes to portrait shoot, let them understand what makes a portrait picture, how you need to light a portrait, how you need to understand the light, and the kind of lens you need to use. Because for every kind of shoot, there's a type of lens that's suitable for it.
Indeed, there are determining factors to consider in capturing any breathtaking picture.
I try to go out with a very, very open mind, and I'm just constantly looking around, because I find that if I go out with a preset mindset, I would miss other things that are happening because I've narrowed my set view to the story that I want. So some days I go out and I'm like, the only thing that I vary when I go out is what time of day I want to go out. I want to go out in the morning to see what life is like in the mornings, or do I want to go out in the afternoon to see what's like in the afternoon, or do I want to go out in the evening? Because those three different types of days, time of the day, have three different stories. But one time I was at the Lekki Koi Link Bridge just around when the sun was setting, and it was one of the most beautiful views that I had seen of the bridge, and I had to document that as well.
So I see, for instance, this background. You have green, you have pink, you have white, you have yellow. What determines, the background that you use during the shoot?
For the plain backdrops, if I want to take a fashion shoot, for instance, I use gray, or I use brown at times. Gray and brown makes the image to jump out. Now, if I want to create a classic kind of look, I use white or gray. Now, if I'm taking a lady, for instance, I can use, or a baby, a little girl, I can use pink or yellow, and it also goes with the dressing of subjects.
Okay, so like what I'm wearing now, if we have to take a picture, what background will be fine for it?
What you're wearing now, you put on a black color, so I'll put you on the gray. And gray will go, it's suitable for almost all the colors. So I'll put you on the gray background.
After photo sessions, post-production takes the stage.
When I take the pictures, I download them to my system. I back up because you don't want any story of losing images. Yes. So I back up and then I begin to edit. I edit the photos basically just to brush them up, adjust some minor things that might have been out of place and all of that. But nothing, usually I don't do anything out of this world such that you don't lose the essence of that moment, yes. So just basically like a makeup, like we make up our faces, put some foundation and all of that, yes. Just to make it look more beautiful and more perfect. You can have it in the raw form if that's what you want, but you would hardly see any client particularly asking, because when you even see the edited image, you can't particularly tell from mere looking, except it's so, maybe in such a way that I change the background completely. you're here taking a picture in Ikeja and you see yourself in New York, you know, and all of those funny stuff here. But if it's just the basically adjusting light, reducing the shadows here, and maybe a skin color, you know, just brushing it up, making it smoother, you're not likely going to notice, or you just think, oh, I look so beautiful, you know, which is what we like to hear. You just think you look all put together and all of that. So I'm not sure anybody's going to say no to that.
Engaging in photography based on passion for the art is one thing, but for those who want to make a living out of the practice, is it a career that one can rely on solely economically?
When I started, to be honest, like, I didn't see photography as something that would actually pay the bills, because it just felt like I get a camera and I go to one event and take pictures. So I met a few photographers, and I was very privileged to meet photographers who were already far into the game, and I realized how much, like, they opened up to me on how much they were making and things. So I saw it like photography, to be honest, doesn't pay the bills in the short term. You need to have short and short and short, then get the credibility before you get to that level where it will start. So as at the time I started, photography wasn't paying the bills. Like, I could not even afford to upgrade camera equipment that I had. I saved up, got a small camera, and shot with it for so long. And I was even trying to do other stuff to get money too. But at the time I am, as at now, I've grown to the level that photography has started paying the bills. Like, I can solely rely on photography at the moment and I'll be fine.
Now the pricing also, a lot of people come and price competitive. It's very competitive. For it to be premium, to charge premium, you need to be very good. And you need to create a lot of awareness. Beyond the photography, the other soft skills you need to have, like getting early to events, for instance, being reliable. There's some corporate bodies that call us. Some just have an event that same day and they call us that same day, and we're just that same day before the event, and they're happy we do that.
With the advent of smart camera phones, is there anything professional photographers should worry about?
So it's great, but there's still so many things you can't do with your phone right now, you know, that you're able to manipulate with your digital, your professional camera as a professional. And though the gears are important, but beyond the gear is also the skill, the person behind it, you know. So in photography, we say something about the eye of the photographer. I can even take a regular phone and take some pictures that even you, the owner of the phone, might not be able to take because of the way my eye is trained, you know, what I'm looking at, how to focus my my viewers' attention to the subject, how to de-emphasize maybe a very funny, dirty background. You might not have all that knowledge and know how to do it, even though you have the device.
So far, I've been seeing good stuff, to be honest, compared to like in 2012, 2013. Most of us didn't know what we were doing. Most of us were still finding the growths that we were looking for. But now I see that we are heading towards the right direction, because on Instagram I see so many great, amazing pictures taken by loads of Nigerians, and I am being inspired as well. So I see that we're going through the right track. And last year we had our first photography conference where we had like international photographers that we look up to. They came into town and they were part of the conference. They spoke, they taught, they inspired, they educated us, and that has also helped and made an impact in our lives as well. So sometimes this year as well, we'll be having the next edition, which would also still make room for more growth.
Although I mentioned grey initially, we can also use white. We can also use brown.
Okay.
So please kindly come and take the stage. Okay.
Finding myself in a photo studio after a long time, I take the opportunity to document my visit by striking some poses.
Okay, can you tilt a bit this way? Then turn, no, turn, yeah, tilt again. Now, okay. Okay, gentle smile.
Now I think I need to improve on my picture posing styles. By the way, shouldn't photographers be classified as historians because their documentation of some moments and occasions helps keep today's events as history for generations yet unborn? Some people might say they don't like taking photographs, but I think it should be one practice we all need to embrace. That's the show for this week. I am Yomi Otaigbe, thanking you for watching Community Report.